fuck?
Rapper in the country, Nicki Minaj. Remember, you can hang out with like-minded.
This is Jocko Podcast number 98.
With media, I mean, let's just go use Owen Schroyer as an example. Didn't even go in the building. They
Right.
did lock him up. And so we've covered your story quite a bit. We'll get into some of the but yeah, that's a crazy story.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. We also have Hannah Claire.
Hey, I'm Hannah Claire Brimlaw. I'm a writer for SCNR.com. You can follow news on Twitter and Instagram at TimCastNews. I'm really happy to be here. Shane's back.
What's up? I'm happy to be here. I'm also a writer for Scan. Tales from the Inverted World, where I write about the thin line between politicians. Quite often.
And the lack thereof.
And there's no more line
yeah,
anymore.
like, I don't know if it's there
Welcome
anymore.
to 2024.
Yeah, also interested to see what you take on the new Kanye stuff is. Maybe we're gonna. I don't think we will, but we should talk about that otherwise.
Oh, I got a lot of takes.
We
Yeah.
definitely got to talk about the Taylor Swift conspiracy theory. Man, I've had a lot of people yell at me that the Ravens Chiefs match was rigged, that the refs were throwing it, the Ravens were throwing it. Like, what is happening? I've heard over and over again that there were like 3 instances of pass interference the refs didn't call on the Chiefs and like just gave them a free ride, or they're just salty fans. I don't know, but I'm seeing all over.
Oh my god, dude.
And Travis Kelce have this like movie romance going on, where it's boosting all this, all of these, revenue and ratings and everything. But there are a lot of people on the right who think Taylor Swift, it's all one big side because she's going to announce support for the Democrats. I think that's wrong. I think if there's going to be a side, it'd be something different. But we will talk about that because the idea of the NFL being rigged is very interesting. But we're going to jump to this first story here from Sky News. Check this out. Biden faces pivotal moment as he weighs retaliation soldier death. The commander-in-chief will have given a number of options by the Pentagon. Consequences are far from certain and could trigger a wider war. Sky News says, as early as tonight, President Joe Biden will authorize U.S. military action in the Middle East. It is likely to be one of the most consequential decisions of his presidency. At stake, the credibility of American deterrence and the teetering stability of the region. This comes after 3 U.S. troops were killed in a drone attack and 34 were injured. CNN reports that 3 U.S. Army soldiers were killed and more than 30 service members were injured in a drone attack overnight on a small U.S. outpost in Jordan, U.S. officials told CNN, marking the first time U.S. troops have been killed by enemy fire in the Middle East since the beginning of the Gaza war. We shall respond, President Joe Biden said while speaking in South Carolina on Sunday. The killing of 3 Americans at Tower 22 in Jordan near the border with Syria is a significant escalation of an already precarious situation in the Middle East. Officials said the drone was fired by Iran-backed military appeared to come from Syria, being determined which militia groups
It's hard to say secret at this point when it's been like on the Joe Rogan show like a couple times. Like Dave Smith's been ringing that bell for a while. Jeez, bro.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Oh, it's missing the tire.
located. Fire sale active. Buy station prices have been reduced.
Bro.
Gas is closing in to the new safe zone.
Joe Biden has never said once in his life, unless he plagiarized it from someone else, obviously. But I just seeing all of that, I am like having flashbacks from the day they announced Biden winning, and all the people in New York City dancing in the streets and popping champagne. Steven Pinker dancing how happy he is, and this is what they got.
I think we will absolutely have some serious mobilization this year. I don't know if I would call it World War III. I mean, whatever. Like, World War III is trending on Twitter, and people are keep saying that this move by Biden could trigger it. And there's smarter and more prominent political figures than me around the world saying we're already in it, especially because of this. Fine.
Jeremy.
Election year, Joe Biden's in trouble. I wouldn't be surprised if we go to war with Iran. I think it's greater than chance.
Does wartime presidents get reelected?
Yeah, and I wonder if that could backfire on Joe Biden. But I think outside of whether or not Biden could get reelected, the deep state, intelligence agencies, and the military-industrial complex are saying if Donald Trump gets elected, we ain't getting our war. Go to war now, then even if Trump wins, he can't back us out.
But how bad does this world war have to be before it's a greater threat to our democracy than was January 6th?
I'm sorry, nothing on earth could ever be more of a threat than January 6th. I don't even know why you'd. I'm
That
being
was like 10,
sarcastic.
10 9/11s. Yeah.
Yeah, it was all of them.
Unbelievable.
No, I'm just
And that's a great point of like reading these articles where the UK must train citizens for war, how they can downplay anything, but also inflate like something like January 6th into the worst, the way the politicians talk about it. It's D-Day, it's Pearl Harbor, it's 9/11. But that's what they do. These are the tricks they play. The death of language. This is what they constantly do. It's actually really scary because so many people still buy into it.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Do you think people will shift their opinion on Biden if he were to take us into war? Do you think that could help him get reelected?
Every single time we have this situation with the president, that's what we expect.
Dude, how about that fucking lag?
You're being tracked by an enemy squad. Evade and survive.
Requesting recon
Got a loadout drop inbound. Gas is inbound, marking a new safe zone.
I love that fucking Skippy. What, bro? That lag, though. That's gonna kill you every time. What? Oh, I need a break.
This is the ObsBot Tiny 2 webcam, which I recently made a video about comparing it to the Insta360 Link. This is the ObsBot Tail Air. Something you need to know, by the way, this shot right here that's gonna go through the entire video, this was shot on the ObsBot Tail Air, just so you could have a good idea of what the quality of this image looks like. Because this is a super unique camera, not only in the fact that the quality is phenomenal for a camera like this, but also the camera just kinda does everything. In fact, I made it really hard to write this video because I didn't want this to be like 10 minutes of me spouting a bajillion facts about this camera. So here's how this is gonna go. I spent the last couple weeks putting these cameras through the ringer, figuring out exactly what they can do, and I wanna share with you exactly how I plan on using these cameras in my own content, because I do. That way you can judge if this super weird camera is actually useful for you. And then I'll probably miss a couple features along the way, so I'll spout off the rest of them at the end. Cool? Cool. Okay, let's jump into use number one, but first I need to thank ObsBot for sponsoring the video and also let you know that this video is sponsored. I've let ObsBot know that I plan on being fully honest with this review, and they're fine with that, but I want you to know that anytime you watch a sponsored review of a product, before you go and buy that thing, you should watch a non-sponsored video first. So enjoy this video and hit the like button if you do, because it helps out a ton, but then once you're done, go and check out.
Dude, I
another one
love his
before you buy this
backgrounds.
thing. I'll still link to it down below with a discount too. All right, use case
So
number
good.
one. I plan on using this as a main camera for streaming and content creation on some of our other desks out there. And if I didn't have a $5,000 camera setup at my setup, I would consider it for my own. As you can see from this shot, this camera's got incredible colors, great
It's
dynamic
so good.
range, and you can see from this room there are a lot of light parts and dark parts, and it's picking them all up incredibly for a camera like this. That comes from the fact that it's got a massive f1.8 lens on there, letting in a ton of extra light, and then it's landing on an equally large sensor absorbing extra light. And all that extra detail is being captured in 4K 30, even HDR, which is what I'm shooting in right now, or 1080/60. It's definitely high enough quality to show off your new Vitruvian waifu t-shirt or sweatshirt that you picked up at senpai.tv. Link to that down below. But to make it super simple as a main camera setup, it's got UVC support built into it, so it's just plug and play with pretty much any computer. And to make it super versatile and useful, I'm sure you've noticed it's on one of those really cool gimbal heads called a PTZ camera, point tilt zoom. So if you ever need to stand up and move around or dance or celebrate getting a win on stream, you can go from a still camera like this, hit a hotkey, and the thing will start tracking you using AI. And by the way, you should know that the tracking on this thing is the best I've ever seen. There were times when I started the tracking when my face wasn't even on screen, and it knew to immediately look up and start tracking onto me. You got a ton of controls over the speed of the tracking, the zoom of the tracking. If you want a tracking camera, this is the one to get. All right, use scenario number two. In my own streaming room in here, I plan on actually putting one up in the corner of the room to kind of get like a full room shot, and I can do that super easily because not only is this thing a USB webcam, but it also has HDMI built into it. So I can send out a full HDMI signal going directly into one of my capture cards, because you know, like sometimes you get too many webcams and things start to have problems.
Yes.
Just get rid of that with the capture card. Or because I can switch between 3 different preset positions or AI tracking using hotkeys, I can set those hotkeys to my Stream Deck and just press the buttons, it starts moving around, press another button, it locks back onto a preset position that I set. And because it connects to your computer over Wi-Fi, you don't have to have a USB cable running into your PC to control it with your Stream Deck. In fact, if I wanted to move the corner camera to the opposite side of the room, which I can't do with my current camera, I can do that and either have it send the signal over Wi-Fi, or it comes with an NDI adapter and I can plug it into the Ethernet cable down there. Send the whole thing over NDI and still control it with my Stream Deck, or if I want to get crazy, they've even got this, I'm holding it upside down, this remote right here. It's got a little joystick.
That's pretty
I can
fucking
connect
dope.
it to up to 3 different tail air cameras. I can use preset positions. What else can I do? I can start tracking with it. I can start recording with it. I can take a picture with it. Yeah, this will be a corner camera for sure. I might even just put one in each. They sent me 3 of these. And speaking of 3 cameras, check this out. I have all 3 of them watching me right now. Camera 1 is connected over USB. Camera 2 is also connected over USB. And then camera 3 is connected over HDMI into a capture card. All of them going into this laptop. So right now I'm sitting, I'm gaming, I'm talking with chat, and all these cameras are locked on me, but I hit this button on my Stream Deck, and suddenly they're all tracking me around the room.
Oh my God, I love that so much, bro.
Even as I'm going behind the chair here, it finds me. So whether I just want to dance or I'm celebrating a win, or in my case, I got a fridge at the end of this room. In fact, I'm gonna see, that's like 30 feet. I'm gonna see if it can track me. I haven't tried this yet. This is kind of creepy. They're all just watching me. I haven't lost them yet? Well, that's pretty good. And then I can sit back down, hit this button again, and they track back onto me, and we're good to keep going. And then use number 3. I shoot on the go a lot, whether I'm going to a convention or I'm traveling out of the country. I'm often in a place where I don't have a cameraman, and now I got a little mechanical one. Best friend I've ever had. I shouldn't say that. I can set this on the ground or on a tripod or anywhere because unlike any webcam I've ever seen, it's got a battery built into it and it's got an SD card slot built into it. This is what I was trying to say in the beginning. Like, is this a webcam? Is it a camera? I don't know. Yes. They've also fixed something really cool that no camera maker's ever been able to fix, and it drives me nuts anytime I try to film myself, is that I can monitor the image directly on my phone with like 0 latency and 0 drops. Hold on, I'm using my phone as a monitor right now. I'm gonna show you the lack of latency. Give me one second. All right, here's the camera I'm shooting this on. Here's my phone that I'm monitoring this on. Just look. Practically 0 latency. This is just wireless. I can't do that on this camera. There's sometimes a couple second delay, and then it likes to just say, sorry, lost you. If you've ever tried to monitor a camera like this on your phone, it never works. This has been flawless. So I can set this thing up, walk far away, check the shot on my phone, hit record on my phone, and have it track me as I walk past. You can also log into Twitch or YouTube and just stream directly to those places for an IRL stream, which I know you can do with your phone, but now you can use your phone to read chat or to have a phone. And then they've also added in hand gestures. Like if you do this, it'll start recording. If you wave like this, it'll start tracking. So you don't have to hit buttons or walk up to the camera to do anything. So are you starting to understand why I said this camera can do anything? Like this is a webcam and a camera and a gimbal and a camera person and an AI, like all in one device. But that's not enough for you, is it? No, I understand. It's never enough for you. Let me share with you a more advanced feature. You've got something called director grids, where it'll show you potential shots that you can get on the camera so you can preview them, and then if you like it, you tap on it to change your shot. Or because it's connected to the internet, you can have someone remotely changing the shot of your cameras or multiple cameras. Like, we're getting into like full-on production mode. This is why I didn't mention it earlier. That doesn't apply to me, but I know there's someone out there that's like, yes, this is what I've been waiting for. Okay, this little section, that was for you. Director grids, you're welcome. And then also for the streamers with dogs, you can not only track people, you can also track animals and objects. Fun little piece of information for you. I had a really hard time finding anything super negative about this camera. I'd say maybe the only thing is the fact that it's $500. I'd say that's less of a negative because I think it makes sense for what this device is, but it's also definitely gonna price some of you out. And then I would also say that initially setting this up, you have to connect to it with the app. And I like a plug and play situation. Again, I feel like I'm kind of reaching for a negative here. It was a little bit of a complicated setup using the app, but once I got past it, it's been really easy to use. You can even turn it on from the app. I don't know how they do that. It's cool though. But
so how much is this fucking thing?
In the comments below. And while you're down there, hit the like button because it's free and it helps out the channel a lot. And if you're watching this far into the video, you obviously liked it. Subscribe for more tech content and, you know, go pick up your Vitruvian waifu t-shirt today. And by t-shirt, I mean long sleeve shirt and sweatshirt. Go to senpai.tv, link below. I hope this is interesting. I hope it helped out. And as always, happy streaming.
Dude, they're $500. They sent him 3 of these. Isn't that crazy?
What's up, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back to the channel, and thanks for joining me for the end of the year. This is it. This is the end of 2023. It's a little overwhelming. We've had a lot of new streaming tech come through the studio this year. Most
I really
of it
want one though.
has been
I really want
plugged
one.
into this PC at my own personal streaming at some point. That's a lot of tested tech, a lot of tested gear. So it's fun to see which pieces stayed, which ones are still on my desk, which ones got replaced, which ones have still been here. Like one piece has been here for over 5 years. One of these is not released yet. Can you guess which one it is?
The mic's been there forever, for sure.
Before we get started on the desk, I do want to thank the sponsor of today's video, Owned.tv, and you know them. You know who they are. enjoy. I spent a lot of time at this desk. I spent a lot of time working on this desk, making it easy to accomplish what I'm trying
My
to do.
G502 has been like my
making
go-to
it
mouse for
enjoyable to sit at and game at
years.
and stream at. I want to start at the middle, like the core items of any gaming and streaming setup, and then expand out to some of the more unique choices. That's probably the best way to put it. So I'll start at the center, at the newest item at the desk, the SteelSeries Aerox 5 wireless mouse. I've been using my Logitech G502 Lightspeed for 3 years now, and it just started giving me problems. Just the wireless.
The
started giving me
Lightspeed?
problems. And I'm not going to be upset about that.
It's
I feel
too
like
light.
3 years is plenty for a wireless mouse. Not the battery. The battery's fine. The thing lasts days. But for some reason, it got stuttery. And I figure, what a perfect opportunity to try something new. So I've been playing for about a week or two with the SteelSeries Aerox 5, and I gotta say, at first glance, there are things I like and things I
Not
don't
a fan.
like, but I'm not swapping it out anytime soon. I'm really enjoying this mouse. First of all, the thing is crazy light. I actually had to turn down the DPI a little bit because my loss in weight meant I was moving the cursor around too fast. The button layout is okay, although I prefer the Logitech G502 buttons a little bit more. I think I need to try the G502X sometime this year. But it's got the classic 2 buttons on the side, plus a front button that I think is a little bit too far forward. I have a hard time reaching it compared to the G502. And then it's got this little rocker switch that goes up and down above the 2 buttons that I do like, but I don't like the implementation. It's a little bit too close to the 2 buttons, so it makes those too hard to press. And then the up feels nice, but the down you have to put quite a bit of pressure onto. And considering I lost a couple of buttons from the G502, things like being able to push the scroll wheel left and right, or those 2 DPI buttons to the left of the clicker, this is kind of the button that replaces those. So as someone who likes a few more buttons than the typical 2 button side buttons, I miss my G502, but I don't miss Logitech G Hub. That's my biggest complaint about
it's a piece of
Logitech
shit.
stuff, is their software. It makes me crazy. I'm already enjoying SteelSeries Engine a lot more. So that give and take experience of this Switch is definitely there. I'll keep you updated as I use it a little bit longer. Above the mouse, we got the
Dude, I'm gonna go back into van videos again. Like crazy. Dude, I'm so obsessed with it.
And you're in luck if you're driving a Tesla or an electric vehicle because they've got a Tesla charging station with a super little outlet there for you to plug in.
That's kind of funny. You can use those though.
Not a bad campsite today, even though it is a California Welcome Center parking lot. The views definitely aren't too bad. And it's far enough off the road over there, so I actually got a pretty good night's sleep last night. So since my last video, if you guys have been watching for a while, and if you guys haven't been watching and you are new to my channel and this is your first time watching a video, my name's Ryan. I live in the back of my self-converted camper van. I've done so for the last 2 years, and currently I'm on a very elongated road trip up to Alaska. But since my last video,
Favorite.
where we got some water, I was able to do my dishes, so I got those done. And I also drove about an hour and a half to 2 hours more southwest to this California Welcome Center in the Yukon.
If I did like a van video, right? And just like, I was like, I'm not shaving the beard until I'm done. And we can like take bets on how long it'll be by the time I get there. I love when it's like this though. I love doing this. It's like if I had hair, I would probably be like all about my hair. But fucking, this is so good.
Yucca Valley, just outside of Joshua Tree. So I think for today, we're gonna kind of get back out into the wilderness. And I say kind of because we're actually going to visit an abandoned town. But this town isn't just any abandoned town. It's the abandoned town of Bombay Beach on the shores of the toxic Salton Sea. So this little beach town, it's actually really just a man-made lake. It was built in the 1900s, and then in 1960 something, it was abandoned because they found out that the lake was extremely salty and extremely toxic and smelled bad. So everybody just kind of got up and left. And it was left in complete disarray for a while, but I think in recent years when I was looking it up, it's become more of like a desert kind of art installation, but we'll talk about that more once we get down there. For now, we're just making a delicious breakfast sandwich with turkey bacon. And also I ran out of American cheese, and this is the only thing I have left, so we're just gonna try a breakfast sandwich with some mozzarella, which hopefully won't be too bad. Get that with a little bit of ketchup seasoning.
Dude,
That is a
me and
breakfast.
him have different tastes on sandwiches, but like the fact, what
I
was
also made
that?
myself a good old-fashioned cup of joe.
Was that beans?
I think that once we reach this abandoned toxic city this afternoon, and hopefully find a nice spot to camp, I think I'm gonna try to make some homemade hibachi with some chow mein and fried rice because I've been like craving it all week and I feel like I can make a pretty good hibachi myself. And I was looking through my cabinets and I already have 80% of all the ingredients. I just have to stop by the store real quick and pick up a few things on the way. And I mean, honestly, for a parking lot, this spot does have some pretty cool views.
That is pretty dope.
Mountains there in the background.
Look at those mountains, dude. That's insane.
I mean, out here it's nothing, just some undeveloped land. So it's actually one of my favorite stealth camping spots that I think I've stayed at so far in the van.
Is it really stealth?
Let's go get some groceries. So many people out today. There's our opening. These small towns always have the coolest looking buildings too.
Amen.
And no, I don't typically drive around not listening to music. I just turn it down whenever I take a video so I don't get any copyright strikes. All right, it is a bit cold outside, so throw on a hoodie real quick too. I really don't need all that much. I kind of already have most of the ingredients that I need for it. I just need to eat a couple things like chow mein noodles and other little small additions for the dish. And we actually drove to the
Just like I
Walmart
would
here in
keep like
Palm
I would
Springs.
100% keep like
And funny thing
spare
about
shit,
this area
you know what I mean?
is I thought we were going to drive under it, but we ended up not actually going that way. Is there's 2 nudist resorts here, and there's
What?
a bridge that goes over the road connecting them, and it's known as the Bridge of
Oh,
Thighs
no.
because you used to be able to see people's thighs through it. But since then, they've covered it fully with like a thick canvas so that the nudist people can walk between the resorts without causing accidents on the road. But I just thought that was interesting, and I was hoping we were going to drive
Ridiculous.
under it, but we ended up not.
ridiculous.
All right, we've got everything we need. Let's hit the road to Bombay Beach.
I guess if you got nothing to do, you should never get the pre-cut stuff, right? If you have nothing to do. I'm on the move, baby. Like I eat the pre-cut veggies all the time. Excuse me. I'm so sick. I'm gonna be good though. I'm gonna be good. Wow.
All right, we've made it here. Welcome to Bombay Beach. And I'm not gonna
Hey,
lie,
Bombay!
the Salton Sea, I don't know if you guys can see it in the distance, is so much larger than I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be a small little lake. This thing is massive. And I was reading online before I came here that this sign used to say the last stop for the Bombay Beach Resort, but now someone's changed it. I don't know how you guys can see it, but it just says the last resort. Probably see that better. But I think the first place I'm gonna go check out here is this Ski Inn. It's one of the last 2 remaining bars in this town. And although the town isn't 100% abandoned, there are still a few people that live here, but it is mostly abandoned. But before we go check out the rest of the town, I'm gonna check out this bar. Ooh. Train's going by up there too. Definitely a weird smell going on here too. Can't really pinpoint what it smells like though. All right, there's a ton of dollar bills all over the ceiling and stuff. Pretty cool. How's it going? How's it going? Can I just get a slice of apple pie?
Apple pie?
Yep.
For here?
To go, please. What's the story behind all the dollars?
Oh, there's many stories. Steve?
Hey, my short stories are really long.
Uh-huh.
It's just people remember.
Okay.
Besides, my agent says I'm overexposed.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's evolving, and the whole art scene is here. And
Yeah, I read about that online.
It's like the West Coast Marfa.
Okay.
This place started with a bunch of young blue-collar workers and their families having a weekend getaway. Very serious art festival.
Oh, really? Like here in Bombay Beach? Okay. There you go. You can keep the change.
Love that hotel.
Thank you very much. It's nice meeting you, Steve. Have a good one.
Yeah, good luck. Talk to everybody.
Thank you. Have a good one.
We'll talk to you too.
Sounds good. Thanks. All right. So since we're cooking dinner tonight, I didn't get any food. Just got myself an apple pie for dessert and met Steve, who was sitting at the bar. He lives here in Bombay Beach. And he was telling me about all the cool art installations they have. And it was kind of hard to hear in there, so I'm sure my mic didn't pick up most of it. He said that everybody here, super friendly. So if I see anyone, talk to them and they'd be happy to talk to me. So maybe we'll see some other people while we're here. But
I want to
think
do
for
this
now,
so
I'm gonna go
bad,
check
bro.
out some of those art installations that Steve was talking about. So I'm not really sure where anything is here at Bombay Beach, but we're just gonna drive around and it looks like there's a lot of new stuff here. I don't know if it's recent or not. Like this road looks brand new, so there might be just kind of like a revitalization of this area that's happening. But I don't know. We're gonna go find out. Let's pull down this random street. Look at that thing. Somebody just, oh, it's a cafe. Somebody built a gigantic plane out of what looks like rusty metal and like a fishtail and bird wings. That's pretty cool. So it honestly kind of looks half and half abandoned. Like this over here looks like it's all abandoned, but then it looks like there are some people who live in these mobile homes over here, and it's just kind of sporadically abandoned, not abandoned, abandoned, and there's just a bunch of cool things. But this up here, I'm just seeing it now, is one of the things that I read about online. It's called the Bombay Beach Drive-In, and it's one of those art installations that just kind of has a bunch of old cars parked in this lot. We'll get out and check this one out. Anybody want to come watch a movie? Just a bunch of old cars watching never-ending white movie. Almost looks like a scene out of a movie or something. Apocalyptic movie. Old VW bus over there too. Pretty neat. Not much to it, but still pretty cool. It's crazy the history and like people you can find in kind of these off the wall, off the beaten path areas. And then I think straight up here is the ruins of Bombay Beach over this mound, I think. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up here and check it out. Oh yeah. Definitely ruins.
Somebody built a
turned
tesseract.
into a art installation of its own down here. We'll go check out some of the stuff. And I think this might be where we camp tonight. I'm not sure if it's allowed, but we're gonna see. All right, so I'm looking at my maps and the place that you can camp here, and it looks like it's over in that area. So I'm gonna go pull over there and see if we can find it and grab ourselves a campsite and just kind of hang out there. So I think I found the entrance to campground over here, or to the place where you're allowed to sleep in your vehicle overnight. And it says to look for a giant concrete star, which I think I see right over there. And this is where we're gonna be camping tonight. Pretty cool. Try to pull up and get a spot maybe over on the water or something. I don't really know. This ground is pretty solid, so I'm not really worried about getting stuck anywhere. Just pull up right here and this will be our campsite for the night. Pretty cool. Right next to that big concrete star looking thing. Put my little apple pie in the fridge before we get out there to explore. Looks like my whipped cream has melted and a lot of my stuff in the fridge is almost falling out. There we go. Not bad. This is definitely a super cool area, but I think I'm gonna walk back down over there to where those ruins / art installations were on the beach and go check those out. It also looks like there are some people who may live here kind of more permanently with these beachside setups and buses and stuff. But yeah, super cool. Art everywhere, and according to Steve in the restaurant, there are some pretty big named artists that are coming out here next weekend to do some sort of art show, so that's pretty cool. I don't know what this is supposed to be, some sort of ship of some kind.
Bro, that shit is Battle for Earth. Love burp.
We have spent the last 6 months traveling around the U.S., living full-time out of our converted Sprinter van that we bought for a little over $40,000. This tiny home on wheels has taken us on some epic adventures, but it's also come with its own set of challenges, like electrical issues, I did not think that was gonna happen, a propane leak, a broken fridge, the list goes on. Today we are just outside of Las Vegas and we have rented this top-of-the-line Winnebago Revel that, according to the internet, retails for over $150,000. This beautiful van with some super cool features is gonna be our home for the next few days, and we're gonna be comparing the experience to see just how much more comfort you get for an extra $100,000. Thank you, sir.
We rented this van from a company called Blacksford, and yesterday they delivered it to our hotel, which was pretty sweet, and we drove it west to the middle of the desert. At this point, we've got some driving in, cooked a meal, and spent our first night in the Revel. So now that we've been living out of this van for the last 24 hours, we're gonna give you the full tour and show you how this stacks up against the Sprinter van we own.
We should start by pointing out one of the biggest differences between this van and our van, and that's that the Revel is the shorter of the two Sprinter vans. Our van sits on a 170-inch wheelbase, and the Revel sits on a 144. So with that said, this van actually feels just as big inside, and that's thanks to these flares, this little area on the outside which sticks out a few inches. That gives you just enough room to lay the bed horizontal, which opens up a ton of space on the inside.
But before we show you around the inside of the van,
let me finish showing you around the outside of this van. On our van, we have a couple solar panels on the roof, a little plug on the outside, and that's pretty much it. The outside of this van is a lot more exciting. I'll start with one of my favorite features. I'll start by unlocking the door. When you open up these back doors, there's actually an outdoor shower. All you do is you grab this blue hose, and then you come right over here, insert the hose into this little...
I think it's like one of those things that, like, after a while, you're like, oh God, I wish I had this. That's not a necessity by any way, by any reason.
Like I was saying, you insert this hose into the little metal thing, and then you have the option for a hot and cold shower. There's nowhere really to hang the faucet, so it'll be one of those things where you have to like get yourself wet, soap up, and then rinse yourself off. But either way, it's just super convenient to have the option for...
Yeah, but for like $100,000, like you could, like I could figure that out for like probably $500. I don't fucking know. The Truth Podcast. Oh my God.
But your passion's still in this, and that's
I
awesome.
love taking things that people think can't be successful and making them successful. That's what I love to do. 2 months later, we bought the UFC for $2 million. I love killers that just, no matter how successful you become, you love to win and you keep driving. The media was murdering me.
Respect the hell out of it. So we're meeting for the first time, man.
Yeah, nice to
And
meet you, and
it's good
congrats
to meet
on
you.
everything.
It's good to meet you. I think we just walked in here, but catching you at a moment where I know you're taking care of the people who work for you. That says a lot about you. I don't know you before, but I know that you care about the people who work for you. Sounds like somebody had a medical issue today. You're here taking care of them. Well, I'm here. I respect the hell out of that.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I say it all the time. We went through COVID together, me and my employees. Probably the scariest time of our lifetime, and a lot of uncertainties. And I talk about it all the time. At a time when companies were, making the decision to lay off 30-40% of their staff, I did the exact opposite. There's no way I was laying off. But some of these people have been with me for, 20 years.
Yeah.
And you don't find out who people really are till the shit hits the fan. And
in that sense, it's useful.
100%. People talk a lot of, how much they care about their employees or how good a friendship is or how good a relationship is, but you really don't know until you hit hard times. I mean, the UFC has been this rocket ship of success now for the last however many years. And then the first time that we face adversity, I'm going to lay off 30-40% of my staff. There's no way in hell, man. I look at this thing, this is a battleship. And, we either all go down together or not at all.
That's pretty dope.
So what was...
That's pretty dope.
I just want to get to that.
It'd be rough to fucking listen to this right now. I'm so tired, you fucks. 12:02. One more, and I'm done.
This is a review on my budget stealth moto camper van 3.0 that I built for less than $10,000. Let's go for a ride. Links to my DIY videos on how to build this camper van and the stuff that's in it are located at cyclecruiser.com. Click on My Van Stuff. As far as acquiring this van, I purchased it off of Craigslist. One owner, no accidents. It was on a 10-year lease, well taken care of. Van drives fantastic. I decided that I wanted to build a van, a stealth RV that can carry a motorcycle inside and allow me to camp out inside with the motorcycle. It's important to me because I wanted to be able to go anywhere. I wanted to be able to pull in parking lots and blend in and not be seen as a vehicle that's being lived in. I can go anywhere. I can go to any drive-in fast food places because of the size.
Yeah, I'm with you. I hear you. I know what he wants, but that's not me. Spaceman trailer? What is this?
On behalf of the Eurospace program, 189 days into your solo journey. Commander Prohatska, how are you feeling?
What I'm doing is for everyone back home, and that makes me very proud.
And your wife Lenka, of course. I'm sure she's looking forward to having you home safe and sound. He's not doing well. He misses his wife. And he shouldn't have left.
For 6 months in isolation, you start thinking too much.
I'm getting interference.
I did not intend to frighten you, skinny human. Do not be afraid.
I'm losing my mind.
You wish to know if I am real. I am like you, an explorer. Your loneliness intrigued me.
Why are you here?
I might be of help. I wish to assist you in your emotional distress.
I don't need your help.
But you do.
You go where I go, and I go where you go, right, Spaceman?
These are your thoughts. I am simply finding them with you.
Why is it gonna be a spider, bro?
Everything that begins must end. I'm not allowing that.
You go where I go, and I go where you go.
I just want to come home.
What the fuck, dude? Come on. That's freaky. He finds assistance from a spider? That's crazy, dude. Whiplash, but it's not yellow.
All right, man. Have fun.
Whiplash, but it's not yellow. It's so great. Whiplash, but not yellow. That's good. Roadhouse trailer? They're not remaking Roadhouse.
Before we start, do you have insurance? What? Your coverage good? Like, you have dental? Oh, haha. Is there a hospital nearby? Is it, like, too far?
About like 25 minutes, I'd say.
I just slapped you. Are you all right?
What?
So you like to fight? You ever win?
No one ever wins a fight.
This ain't the Holiday Inn, pal.
I'm moving.
A friend of mine suggested I come talk to you. I own a roadhouse out in the Florida Keys. Lately, it's been attracting the wrong clientele. I can pay you good money. Judging by your car, you need that.
Well, I like my car.
Think about it.
I know who you are. Elwood Dalton. Big fan, man.
That guy's got a knife under his shirt. You just take a big step back and pop me in the face. You can do it.
Tell me about this bouncer.
Yeah, it's all nice, like he's Mr. Rogers or something, but then he'll haul off. Really interesting guy, overall.
Brand wants to take the roadhouse away from me. He wants to build some resort.
I should warn you. People have a certain way of getting things done around here.
Hey, fellas. Looks like you're having a smashing night. Dalton! I got a tip for you. Don't let no one get this close.
Let me guess.
What?
Tell me to get out of town. I get the impression that you can't be threatened.
Once Knox is on the job, it's over, baby.
It takes a lot to get me angry, but when I am, I just can't let go. People seem a little aggressive around here.
Bro.
No, I just broke his arm.
Dude, what? I'm so excited for that. What?
What's this about?
Blunt object to the head.
I'm sorry. I don't understand. None of it.
We'll be boring the electrodes in the memory centers and the temporal and parietal lobes.
You sick, what? I'm doing a clinical trial. I forget a lot of stuff. My doctor says I gotta keep my mind active. Joseph Weider's murder. Doesn't make sense. Tell me how it really went down.
I ain't no killer. Make it right, or I'm dead.
He tells me he didn't do it. Richard Finn. He was at the crime scene. Why is that? What about Laura? She's got no address.
It does.
No social media, nothing.
There was always
I really like Russell Crowe.
Hey, my name is Ben Fraser. I'm the founder of Ready Set Van. We're a East Coast-based van conversion company based here in Trent, New Jersey. And behind me, I have our newest van that I want to give you a tour of today. It is a beautiful home on the inside with a built-in shower and a bunch of different things. So let's go check it out. So this van is built on a ProMaster 3500 chassis. We usually build it on a 2500 chassis. It just happened to be what the owner got. It is a 159 high roof standard length, so it's not the extended van, just a standard length van. And we went with a set of KO2 tires on Ultra rims. They are awesome if you're ever going to take the van off the road or in the snow or anything like that. Kind of a necessary upgrade if you're going to leave the pavement for sure. And up top we have the Fiamma F80 awning. It's just a manual crank awning. It's not the electric awning. We much prefer the manual awning just because it's dead reliable. Nothing can go wrong with it. It cranks out to about 10 or 12 feet. It's really great just for opening up your living space. It also can help keep a little rain off your slider door if you're trying to get some fresh air on a day where it's raining lightly, so that's sort of a nice thing also. We have the C.R. Lawrence window in our slider. This window awnings out a little bit, and it also just looks great. It has that kind of OEM appearance, which we love. This owner decided not to put any running boards in. I would say at this point, most of our clients do put running boards because it is a bit of a step up into the van. He chose not to just because he's planning on taking this on trails and kind of some light off-roading. He doesn't want to worry about catching it on rocks or stumps or anything like that. Let's take a look inside. So the owner of this van decided to go with all walnut wood accents on the interior. We commonly also do birch wood accents, and we can do other options as well. Behind our walls, we've got thin-slit insulation. It ranges from about an R5 to about an R15. That really just depends on how many layers we can get in there. The walls and the cabinets themselves are built with an architectural grade light plywood. This is a very special plywood that we get. It's a little tricky to find and it's quite expensive, but it weighs about 40% less than pretty much any other wood you can find. It has a very high grade architectural veneer on the outside and then low density plies on the inside. So it's very strong, but also very light, and saves literally hundreds of pounds off of each build that we do. So really happy with that product. All right, a couple things on the outside by the slider I want to show you. We've got this little pop-out table right here. Our goal was to have a little table that if you had something in your hands, like a plate of food or a drink or something, you could just easily pop it out with one hand, put whatever the thing is that you want to put down, and rest it on there. It locks out with magnets, so it's real sturdy, and when you want to put it back inside, just give it a tap, and it just locks in. We've also got an additional outlet right down here. That's just really handy. It's nice to have that outlet for laptops, for phones, for whatever.
Whatever. All right, I'm going to bed, guys. Love your faces. Don't feel good, and I want to be up sort of early in the morning so I can fucking work from home. Love your faces. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye.